border showdown is brewing. A border showdown is brewing in Eagle Pass, Texas right now. A huge hub for illegal border crossings. There's a standoff that is underway between the federal government, which wants the razor wire that Texas put in place there to protect its own state. They say it has to go. And Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will not. The Biden administration has now given him a deadline of tomorrow to allow Border Patrol access to the area. It's called Shelby Park. Essentially setting up a confrontation potentially between federal agents and the Texas National Guard.
Right now, the State Attorney General, Ken Paxton, tells me that Texas does not have plans to comply with the Biden administration to open Shelby Park tomorrow. And at this hour, the U.S. Speaker of the House and a growing list of Republican governors have publicly declared their support for Texas Governor Abbott. Right?
Governor Abbott has done the exact right thing, and I'll drive him more razor wire from South Dakota if I have to for him to do his job.
A border showdown.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. And we are witnessing the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's kingdom and rulership right before our very eyes. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity to you all. I want to say shalom, and I hope and pray that this lesson be edifying to the elect. So, just through the spirit, a few, different brothers been doing lessons on this, and, I just wanted to give my spiritual 2 cents. We're witnessing the downfall of a rulership, man, of Esau, Edom's rulership, man. All praises to Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi, man. And as it said in that video, that TikTok video,
is brewing.
They are
to allow
have publicly declared.
Look at that. 25 states have now declared that they stand with Texas. Half, exactly half of the country, man. Look at that. All praise to Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi, man. This country is completely divided. And as the scriptures say, a kingdom divided cannot stand, man. And these are, this is all leading to civil war, as brothers have been reporting on, man. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article. This actually came out yesterday from Zero Hedge. And it reads, Texas defies lawless. Biden invokes right to self-defense from invasion with more razor wire. And the thing about, watching this is Esau doesn't even stick to their own rules. They make, how's the saying go? Rules for thee, but not for me. So their selfish, self-centered, arrogant, proud bullshit attitude that they have is starting to backfire. Matter of fact, let's get that, man, because this was all predicated on them being in rulership, and you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans being under subjugation under all these unrighteous decrees, man. But now all their wickedness is falling upon them, man. This is Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him, man. So all these traps and gins and snares and all this wicked bullshit that these devils have been doing, they're starting to fall upon their own head, man. The Lord is beginning to put all these plagues on these devils and disrupt all their plans, man, and pit them against each other, man. So it says, Texas Governor Greg Abbott just drew a hard line in the sand, putting the Biden administration on notice that he's declared the migrant crisis an invasion and invoked Texas's constitutional authority to defend and protect itself. So that's actually a part of the Constitution, that under the threat of an invasion, each state can protect itself and do what it has to do to protect itself above the authority of the federal above the authority of the government, man. Of the Fed. Excuse me. So these them beefing against each other is just showing that their rulership is coming apart at the seams. Because they can't even agree on who has power. In one sense, people are saying that the federal government has the power and the authority, but based on the Constitution, what the governor is saying, they have the authority. So now, as different people have been reporting on and speaking on, if you see in the picture, if they got the National Guard standing there with guns at the damn border with the not willing to take down the razor wire, and the agents from the federal government show up, who's are they going to show up with guns, or this is all leading to a civil war, man? And let me see. Matter of fact, let me read a little bit of this, and I got a couple videos I want to show. It says, according to Abbott, the authority is the supreme law of the land and supersedes any federal statutes to the contrary. So according to the governor, right? The Texas National Guard, the Texas Department of Public Safety, and the other Texas personnel are acting on that authority, as well as state law, to secure the Texas border. And it's a tweet, says Governor Abbott is correct. The situation in Texas has come to a boiling point at Eagle Edge, where the Texas National Guard have taken control of a local park which illegal immigrants use as a landing zone after crossing the Rio Grande. The state has placed razor wire along miles of the river to block entry to the U.S., which the Supreme Court just allowed the Biden administration to remove, while a legal battle plays out in a lower court. Let me play this video real quick. It says Oklahoma stands with Texas, and half of the country is agreeing with Texas, man, and half is agreeing with the federal government, man. So civil war is soon to come. Let's play this video. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi stirring the pot, man. So I wanted to play this one. I'm not gonna show it. But getting these these Egyptians all riled up, man. Let's see if there's any more. That's pretty. Yeah, let me just read that last little bit. It says Texas's razor wire is an effective deterrent against the illegal border crossing encouraged by Biden's open border policies, Abbott wrote on X Wednesday, adding, "We continue to deploy this razor wire to repel illegal immigrants, man." So it's just gonna keep on happening, man. And prophecy is coming to pass, man. So I want to show this video that the brother Arrows of Any Nation posted. what's going down at the southern border over there in Arizona. So look at the people that are coming, over this border, right?
They let them through. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. America! America!
Where are the women and children? Nothing but young men that are able to fight, in wars, man. So these are the people that the government is allowing to come into this country, man. Also people like this. Let's see.
Already.
Also people like this.
In a new statement, I want to share it with you this afternoon. Well, tens of thousands of illegal immigrants are pouring across the U.S. southern border every day. Thousands of Chinese nationals were captured on camera over the past few days in the Darien Gap by investigative journalist Michael Yan, who says tens of thousands of Chinese have been passing through the gap on their way into the United States on a regular basis. Separately, last week, a group of illegal Muslim immigrants were confronted by a group of journalists in the United States, asking, where did you come from? You're here in the United States. Who are you? Where did you come from? Here was his response.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're going to know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys. Wow.
You will see soon.
So you will know who I am soon enough, he says. Well, that's chilling, and it didn't take reporters very long, actually, to figure out where this guy was from. Turns out this man was allegedly from Azerbaijan, and he'd been in jail for the last 12 years on terrorism charges. Take a look at this.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're going to know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys.
So these are the people that, the Sleepy Creepy Joe is allowing to just come in, so it makes sense that we'll just have to wait, watch as well as pray, as the scriptures say, and see what happens, man. But we can't forget, this new movie that is coming out in April, right? Civil War. So let's watch that trailer real quick.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out.
All across America. Look at that. 25 governors from 25 states have now declared that they stand with Texas, man.
With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens? move into D.C. today.
We need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol.
Hey, so you see it, man. And as the scriptures say, Jeremiah 30:7, you know, shall be a time of trouble. In fact, let's get it. Let's get it. Then I'll get a couple more scriptures and that'll be the lesson. Jeremiah 30 and verse 7, it reads, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he, meaning the elect, shall be saved out of it, man. So it's a time such as never been since there was a nation, as it says in Daniel 12:1. You know, this is 2 Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So as these things continue to heat up, as this, migrant crisis continues to heat up, these different things that have been happening with, these different people from the, northern kingdom coming in, Moab coming in, Hamites coming in. So you have all these people that aren't, basically being monitored or questioned or anything. Like I was telling my wife, it's basically like they're like walking around with a mask on, because it's not like they're in the system. So if they commit a crime and they find fingerprints, who the fuck cares? Because it's not like they're in the system. How are they gonna find them? So you have hundreds of thousands going up to millions of mainly men, right, that are the age to fight in a war, that are just in the country. So they're showing different chaos. There's different stories coming out about people getting robbed. They'll different migrants will come and act like they want some money or some food or whatever, and when the person goes to get some food or whatever or help them, they basically run up on them and shit, man. So this shit is gonna get hectic out here, man. And these different Edomites, they're gonna start standing up and form these different militias, and it's just gonna heat up more and more, man. And that's what the Lord said would happen. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, and city against city, kingdom against kingdom, man. And that's what we're coming into, man. So things are heating up, man. So stay prayed up, brothers and sisters, man, because hey, it's about to be a time such as never was since there was a nation, man. Look at this.
A border showdown is brewing in Eagle Pass, Texas right now.
Yeah, so that civil war is brewing up, man. It's getting hotter and hotter, man. At the same time, World War III, this disease X, I was, meditating earlier about, I've been hearing about, the different, food shortages, famines, the whole thing with the farmers, as the scriptures say, those that till the land shall mourn, right? Because of the hail and the blasting of the ground, roughly paraphrasing. There's lots of floods all over the place. So if you have more people, right, in the country, less food, that's a recipe for disaster right there, man. So stay prayed up, Israel, Keep seeking Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi 10 times more, and continue to call on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and pray that we have mercy in these troubling times that are on the horizon, man. So I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson, and I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing his word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say a Baba Ball and Kwame Yasharala. Hey, Shalom. To the next one.